What's up, everyone? Father here with another exciting game of backyard baseball. Getting down towards the end of the season here. Just 3 games remaining in our regular season schedule at least. We are traveling to what should be dirt yards for this game against the Devil Rays. I didn't check if I need to adjust my schedule, so let's see if it's actually at dirt yards before I get too far into this. Okay, that's a good sign. So, all is as it should be. We are playing the Devil Rays, this very tough defense, drafted by Ace and now coached by Djibouti Hibbo, who was hiding his identity from us for a while. And originally this team was coached by Mellow math teacher, so has had some good coaches, experienced backyard baseball pros, drafted by an experienced backyard baseball player himself, and pretty scary defense, no doubt about that. A little weaker on the offensive side of things. I won't say no major power hitters, like Emily Lubel is a Larry Walker clone and great on offense and defense, but outside of her, bit of a weaker offense, but can hit the ball on the ground hard enough to make things happen at dirt yards, and a very, very good defense with 2 pro pitchers, Amanda Hellerman, the Randy Johnson clone, and Kurt Schilling at third base. Kyle Ripken providing a stamina boost to the entire team. It was always a thing in Backyard Baseball 01, and you can see that in a few of their players with the +1 ball in pitching because of that stamina boost. I forgot Cal was at first. He has such a good arm. That's interesting, but has a great glove too, so I guess it makes sense. I've got the Kyle Ripken clone myself playing shortstop for me with Big Mark McGuire at first base. I was mostly doing all this random chatting to try to decide if I want to change anything lineup-wise to best take advantage of this field. The only thing I'd want to do mostly would be to move Cindy down in the lineup. She's going to have a tough time reaching base, I think. I mean, Kurt, Amanda, and Murray are all fairly slow, so I could get lucky with just it takes them too long to get to the ball and she beats out the hits, but she's not going to hit the ball hard enough to really bounce off this dirt yards ground or anything, whereas people like Kathy and Jessica are going to have more luck with that and just be fast in general. I think it's how dirt yards will work out for us, but could be totally wrong. I think I'm just going to stick with this lineup. It hasn't been perfect, but yeah, shoot. I don't know what the right lineup with this team is. I've had a lot of awkward at-bats with like Wing and Cindy in particular. I just don't think I want all of those fast but bad hitting players, like no power players all in a row has been the thing I've been trying to avoid, but I don't know, maybe that's just what we want. I don't know, I'm going to think about it for a minute here. I'd like to have Wing and Cindy back to back, essentially. So maybe I do something like this, like Mark and Uma back to back as power hitters, Jane to drive them in if they just get stuck on base, and then Wing, Cindy, Kathy all in a row. It's basically our 6 hitters with some amount of at least line drive power all in a row here. the faster ones towards the back. Like, I definitely trust Jane, especially. You know, maybe I'm just getting too fancy with it, but yeah, I'm gonna go back to what I had, I think. Never really know what the answer is here, but trying to get our best batters the best chance of doing something. Don't want, yeah, I think that's what I had it at. Sorry, just theory crafting a little bit. I think this defense is still fine. I think I'm going to put Kathy out in right field for my user defense. I probably should have been doing that all season, but Uma does what I want from a third base person. And Kathy covers a lot more ground out in right field, so I think this is better. Okay. That's what I want, I think. Let's get into this one and see how game number 12 goes. Again, getting down towards the end of the season. So we travel to home of the San Diego Devil Rays at Dirt Yards and lead things off with newly christened right fielder Kathy Wolf, who's going to try to hit the ball hard on the ground or hit a random live drive towards second base. It's going to get dropped. Phew. Kathy does not actually like to hit ground balls, in my experience. And we really just got lucky that, who's at second base? I already forgot. Kristen Sullivan. Yeah, that's Marty Cordova clone. I'm kind of surprised she dropped that, honestly. Yeah, there's a lot of pros, a lot of good players on this team. It's pretty scary. Has been very effective defensively all season long. And I'm not going to really try to steal with Kathy. Jane, I kind of reached for one, maybe a little bit out of the zone. I thought she would get a little better power on it. She did not really, but it was dropped out in center field for the second straight flub by this Devil Rays squad. Wing with kind of a sack grounder to Cal at first. Cal touched first wisely, but could not quite make the throw over to second to get Jane. So that leaves two on with one out in the inning for Mark McGuire, who just hits a pop-up in the infield. Probably going to get caught by Hellerman, and it does. Well, the pitch was inside, but I thought at least was a strike. I think I'm going line drive with Jessica here. I could see an argument for any of the allowable swing types. I just managed to keep that ball fair. It might have even been gone. Was at least going to be extra bases and out of the reach of the left fielder, but and I got her out of the zone a little bit with that one. Might have even been called a strike, but Jessica now at a 1-2 count after taking a pitch. Another miss inside from Amanda. Jessica hit that one well, but I think it's going to get caught out in left field. Oh, it's not! Double! Good job, Jessica! Way to make contact. Keep this thing going. I don't even remember who's in left field. That's Kinghorn. That's who's in left field. I thought she was going to get to that one, but just barely did not. Was not a home run, but it stayed fair down the line. Jessica with a 2 RBI double. Love to see that. And is fast enough on the bases to not, and she's on second base, but in general, not a problem here for Cindy. We just need Cindy to hit the ball to the right spot and run real fast. And it worked. Nice single from Cindy. Let me down on the match of the week game, but has actually been really solid this season at just hitting the ball where the defense can't get to it in time. And still in a decent situation here with Uma Morris at the plate. Amanda seems afraid to pitch to her, though, with 2 pitches below the strike zone to start off the at-bat. Make that 3. I'm going to take this pitch, even with Uma at the plate, just because of the 3 balls there. Uma fights it off. I think Cal's going to get there, and he does. Dang it. Not a good situation. So 2 runners left on. Might end up being pretty costly, but at least got the 2 thanks to Jessica's double down the left field line. And we'll start things off with Liz Kinghorn here for the Devil Rays. She goes down on 3 straight slow balls for the first out of the Devil Rays side of things. It's going to bring up Zoe Mallory. Lays down pretty good bunt. I don't know why Jessica wouldn't go to field that, but Nancy got there in time and made a strong throw to first for the first out, or sorry, the second out. The bunt there from Zoe was still about best case. That A-Rod clone that Zoe is in the 01 version can hit the ball well. Whoa. Nancy pretty wild there. That is who that is, right? Zoe is A-Rod, right? I don't actually know. Who is Zoe Mallory? I thought it was A-Rod. I might just be totally wrong, though. It doesn't match up with what I'm thinking of from 03. So, whatever. No, I guess that's right. I'm still just confused. It's fine. We got our 3rd out. Coming up to bat here in the top of the 2nd, leading things off with Barbara Jones. Barbara got a nice pitch to hit, but fouled it back and is now behind 0-2 after taking one that I thought might be high, but stayed in the strike zone. Barbara hits it, and it was caught by Emily Lubel at shortstop. Not very good contact there, so no big surprise. Nancy Chin up to bat, try to help her own cause. He's had some really nice line drive swings recently. Not really there, but not going to get away with it either. Does just escape the reach of the deceptively... well, she's much taller than she looks because she's a Randy Johnson clone, is Amanda Hellerman. But we just barely got it to where she couldn't catch it cleanly, but then the middle infield covered it well, and Nancy not fast enough to beat out that throw. Not a reach for that one with Kathy, and we're already at 2 outs. That was a rough inning so far. Can Kathy get anything going? I don't know. But not on that pitch. That was well inside, really throwing at Kathy there. Another foul ball from Kathy. Definitely part of or the low contact of all of my players has definitely been part of the problem. Well, all season, but Kathy did enough there with some sprinting to get to first safely. And Jane, I think, got all of that one, even here at Dirt Yards. Yes, she did. 2-run home run from Jane Davis. Just got to keep putting runs on the board every inning as the ball bounces back underneath the concrete barrier to come back into the field of play ultimately. But love to see that from Jane. Got a perfect pitch on the outside part of the plate. Exactly what I was looking for. We made Amanda pay to go up 4-0 here in the top of the second. Nice 2-out rally. Wing, I think, is going to put that one where they can't get him out. Just barely. Nice job, Wing. Give ourselves another chance here with Mark McGuire. And a runner on first base, and still 2 outs in the inning. Mark fouls off a hook that was a little further inside than I really want to be going for, but and hits that ball hard on the ground, which I think is going to result in a single ultimately. Maybe could have got Wing to third if they were really that focused on running the ball to second, but I don't think I could have safely done that. I'm going to try just line drive again with Jessica. That was, I think, the pitch we needed right there to rip it down the left field line again, but fouled back this time by Jessica. Then takes the second pitch to go to 1-1. The walk here pretty much ends the inning with Cindy up next. Jessica hits that ball hard right at Liz in left field, but she drops it. And we're sending Wing all the way home, and he's going to make it. So 5th run of the game, 3rd of this inning. Don't have a whole lot of hope here with Mark running towards 3rd on this play. I think our best chance is to try to make the third base person, oh, it's Kurt Schilling. Try to make them, well, never mind. Now it's Amanda at 3rd. That might help us out here, just with her being tired. I mean, we also just need Cindy to make contact in general now, which is always tough for her. And now at 0-2 in the count, we don't really get to be picky. Switch to grounder as well to try to up our contact chance. Does well to foul it off and stay live. 2 outs, obviously no chance at a double play, so we really just want her to not strike out, but she did. That's alright. Got her into a bad situation. We still feel pretty good about picking 3 runs up there. Definitely gotten lucky with some Devil Rays errors, dropping the ball on fairly routine line drives and pop flies and stuff, but we are going to take what we can get here in this one. And mostly continue to lob slow balls in with Nancy until they make us pay, like right there. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen as soon as I started talking about it. Solo shot from Miss Karen Donato. Very good player, usually underrated in our drafts. I think got closer to the right spot this season. Cindy, go run after the ball. Bounces in the air. We're not going to get it in time to get Cal going to second. So double off of the barricade in left. I misjudged where the ball was bouncing off of said barricade. So these Devil Rays are really starting to take advantage of these slow balls down and in. Not on that one though, from Kristen Sullivan. And hard to be too afraid of Murray Goldman either, but you never know. Touch second. Double play! Well, Wing and Barbara were fighting over that one. Both had to contribute to the catch. And then we just barely managed to touch second in time before Cal could retreat. Probably should have been called an infield fly, but it was not. So we do give up the run on the solo shot to Karen, but get out of there and get a power-up that we can't use. Uma, just with a soft ground ball back to Schilling, is going to get out for her second time today. Not what we're looking for from her at all. She has not been making good contact with those power swings. Barbara, just a little bit of a mistiming on that pitch. That looked like a good one to hit right in squared stance. Makes good contact there, and it's going to get down out in the outfield and is misplayed by the center fielder. And Barbara's going to get into second without much trouble. So nice double there. Gives Nancy a chance here with a runner on base this time. And one out in the inning. Close to what we're looking for from Kurt there, but looked like it was going to miss outside, and it did. Nancy just pops that one up. It is going to get down, but Murray makes a throw over to first for the out. If I had been sprinting the whole way, I maybe could have got Nancy there. I didn't feel like it was worth it, but could end up regretting that. Let's see what Kathy is able to do here with 2 outs. 2 for 2 so far today. As Kurt misses well below the strike zone with his first pitch. Kathy has been picking things up as the season has gone on. I was struggling with her to begin with. I still don't feel 100% confident in using any particular swing with her. Her ground balls often end up being more like line drives. That one kind of did too, but Kurt thankfully could not catch it cleanly, and that gave Kathy plenty of time to get to first base with no chance at a play. But it stayed closed. I might have been able to swat that one. It was a little above the strike zone that I didn't catch in time. Jane rips that one towards deep center field. It is not gone, but it is not caught either, and that's going to ultimately be a 2 RBI triple. Yeah. Whew. She hit that ball hard. It was not out of the park here with a pretty deep center field, but thankfully another error from the Devil Rays led to that triple. That gives Wing Quan, a decent chance here if he can just get a pitch that he can poke towards the left side of this infield and beat the throw to first. It could be in a pretty good situation if it all works out, or he could end up striking out or hitting it somewhere we don't really want him to. Whew, that one missed just barely high. It was a risky take, but gotta have conviction on some of these. That one might have been a ball too, but ball as well, I should say. But Wing does well just to foul it off and stay alive. It was definitely a strike. He hits it back at Kurt, and they do make the play at first. So we pick up 2 more runs, up to 7. Just the one allowed to Karen. Still gonna probably need more than this, but it's going alright. Mark up with nobody on, unfortunately, which probably means he'll hit a home run for once. Just gotta get that timing back a little bit with him. I'm scared enough of Amanda's occasionally randomly good bat to pitch a little bit carefully to her, which I mostly just meant slow balls down and in, and she took all 3 of them and struck out. Less scared of Kurt, and he kind of showed why with that little pop-up that Jessica fields cleanly. Wasn't even high enough to cause the usual troubles that catchers have on the high pop-ups in front of the plate. Liz is going to lay down a bunt. I really wish Jessica would field that one instead of Nancy, but Nancy makes the play this time at least. Devil Rays have 7 errors in this game. Pretty much why I have 7 runs, just the way it goes sometimes. The whims of backyard baseball. That does catch the upper part of the strike zone with tall Mark McGwire at the plate. I was tempted by it. I thought it was too high. And it probably was too high for like good contact. Mark makes good contact there. It is going to go to Zoe in center, and she makes the catch that time. That's probably okay though. Didn't really want Mark stuck on the base paths. I mean, outs just suck in general, but Jessica gets a nice pitch that I was trying to pull kind of from a closed stance there, but fouls it back. Was kind of high in the strike zone. Makes good contact there, and I think it's going to get down in center. Oh, it does, and it skips past Wendy out towards the wall. Makes a fine throw in, but not good enough, and Jessica picks up a triple. She's now just a home run, away from the cycle. Gives us a decent situation to try to have Cindy get on base here. It's still going to require her to actually make contact, but they are potentially likely to allow her to just go to first and not try to make a throw even. Again, it does require her to put the ball in play in fair territory. Easier said than done. She does so right there. Murray does make the throw and beats her by a step or 2. Did not hit it quite far enough away from Murray there, unfortunately. And that's going to bring Uma up with 2 outs in the inning. Jessica's still waiting on third. So big hit from Uma here would be quite nice. Even, I think, be okay with a walk in this situation with Barbara up next. You can do as well as anyone at just making a line drive contact and letting our runners move up. So we'll take this pitch with a 3-0 count. Was a strike, but not one I really wanted to swing at anyways. Let's see if we can get something real good to hit here. That was closer, but yeah. Low in the strike zone. Really nice pitch from Kurt there. I think I switched the line drive here with full count, 2 outs. Uma, I think got all of it. Get out, ball. It does. Clanks off the post out in left field. It's going to once again bounce back under the concrete barrier into the field of play. The second time that's happened in this one. Great line drive home run from Uma there. Give us a 9-1 lead. No big innings, but we're doing just enough each inning to keep things moving, keep adding runs to our tally. And, you know, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Devil Rays could have easily put up a bunch here, but yeah, I was distracted talking and didn't quite get around on that pitch, but it's alright. 1-1 count now on Barbara. It's that one. I was going to bounce foul thanks to dirt yards. Amanda to Cal might have made the play there. It's looking like it was going to take Amanda a while just to get to the ball. Barbara makes good contact, and shortstop just moves out of the way. Barbara is not going to be able to make it to third there, so she will finish with a double. And bring Nancy Chin up with, once again, a chance to support her own cause. Gets a nice pitch to hit, I think a little low in strike zone, but on the outside part of the plate. Just fouls it back though. Makes contact, but don't think it's going to be good enough there. Yeah, and could have sent Barbara to third, but would have had to commit to that, and I think she would have got out at third as well, or they just would have thrown to first anyways in that situation. But we do pick up 2 runs and still have 6 outs to go here in this one. We'll be starting off the next inning at the top of our order with Kathy Wolf, which is, you know, generally where we want to be. I do not mind chasing a strikeout here with Nancy. Not going to get one. We are going to get a single out of Zoe there, as Nancy did not go to the right spot to field it, and Barbara was not backing her up particularly well. At least I have not given up a double play or anything on my side that would give them a power-up. Oh my gosh. How did we not get any outs there? Wing and Barbara fighting over the ball at second. They refused to actually tag second, and by the time they threw it to first, Mark had to come off the bag to make the play. Yuck. That was frustrating. Karen's already hit a home run in this one. It's that one well, but foul, thankfully. With 2 runners on here, we've got to be pretty darn careful. And try to pick at the corner. Just miss outside. I think it would have caught the strike zone if it had been a little bit further inside. Alright, got Karen to whiff. It's pretty good. Take what we can get just to not give up too much here. Cal can also hit the ball well. Not known for being a true power hitter, but has a good line drive swing. The Devil Rays do help us out there by trying to steal third and moving the runner up to second as well. I didn't even try to go for a double play there, but we do get the out at third after I panicked and almost misclicked. Cal has just watched a couple pitches go by. He's sitting in a closed stance, so I'm pitching away. And Nancy picks up her 5th strikeout of this one. We'll go to the bottom of the second, top of the 5th. What am I talking about? Sorry about that. Top of the 5th. Kathy up, so still 2 innings left. Kathy gets a pitch that I would like back, but just fouls that one back. Trying to pull a ground ball if possible. Fouls off the next hook from Kurt as well, and is now down 0-2 in this at-bat. Kurt is going to obviously miss high after that, though. An easy take. Kathy hits that ball on the ground, but it's fielded cleanly by Kurt after a bounce from Dirt Yards helped out the home team there. Without that bounce, it would have gotten around Kurt, I think. So Jane up with nobody on, unfortunately. Think I still swing power here, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Doesn't matter, she just hits a hard ground ball into the ground. Yeah, she's not going to get to second there. Tough one for either Murray or Kurt to field, though, so Jane gets herself a single, I guess. That is not the worst, with Wing Quan up next. Wing hits that ball hard into the gap that the whole team was leaving over there, and then they fielded that poorly, so we're actually going to get a... Oh, I got Wing thrown out at second. Come on. Dang it. If Mark gets a hold of this one, I'm going to look like an idiot, because I could have just had Wing on first. Probably got him away with a steal of second. We do advance Jane to third, but that one could be a costly base running mistake, depending on how this at-bat goes. So Mark took a pitch low for a strike, low in the strike zone for a strike, and then high out of the strike zone for a ball. That one just barely manages to stay inside for ball 2. That one I think was going to get called a strike anyways. I don't have any benefit for swinging at power at pitches, but figured I might as well try. Mark makes contact, but I think even Kurt's going to be able to make this play. He just elects to not get the easy out at first, though. So Mark gets a single. And it's now up to Jessica to try to make something happen as Kurt and Amanda switch again. So Kurt's back at third, Amanda back on the mound. Jessica makes good contact, and it's going to skip around Wendy. The throw in is just going to barely get Mark all the way to third. Jessica picks up a double. Jane comes around to score. Cindy Chang at the plate with a chance to extend this inning. Instead, she whiffs at the first pitch. And the sound did something weird in my game. Cindy makes pretty good contact. And makes it to first. Way to go, Cindy. Second single of the game. Giving ourselves a chance here with bases loaded for Uma Morris. Can she make some magic happen again? It's a pretty good pitch. Fouls it back, though. 0-1 for her, as Amanda and Kristen Sullivan at second base are making a swap. Uma hits that ball hard. It's going to skip past Amanda. And everyone's going to reach safely. No chance to go any further than that. But an RBI single from Uma as we continue to score at least 2 and no more than 3 runs in all of our innings. Oh, that pitch missed low. I thought that was for sure a strike, but better take than I thought there from Barbara. Still with bases loaded. High. No, does catch the top of the strike zone there. So 1-1 for Barbara. Bases loaded and 2 outs. That one also catches the top of the strike zone. That kind of sucks. Need a pretty good piece of hitting from her here to keep the inning going. I don't think that's going to do it. I think Kyle's going to catch that one, and he does. So, streak continues. That That one 3-run second inning is the only deviation at all. But some exciting opportunities at least. And we're somewhat taking advantage of the mistakes made by the AI here. Not that we haven't made our own mistakes. If I just hadn't sent Wing on that one, we could have even been in better shape. And you never know when that's going to come back and bite you in the end. But looks like no real difficulties in this. Okay, we do make the throw, just barely. Nancy made that one look more difficult than it should have been. I kind of wish I had used that more juice with Nancy there, but she has not been making great contact here anyways. I think I'm going to switch power for the first 2 strikes, see if we can get all of a pitch. Not that one. Lower in the strike zone than I thought. Thought it was a better spot for contact. About the same with that pitch. Also missed. So quickly went down 0-2 and quickly going to switch back to line drive. I think that one's inside. It is. Not by much. So 1-2 for Nancy here. He's 0 for 3 today. One also barely misses inside as Kristen is trying to peck away at the corners. That pitch ended up further outside than I was thinking. Was a strike, but if I had switched to closed, might have had a better chance at making good contact. Nancy rips that one down the right field line, though. Karen is going to get there, but doesn't have an amazing arm, so I think I can get Nancy to second, and can. No real chance at going further than that, but nice double from Nancy to open up the inning. Hopefully help Kathy reach first as well. I foul off that pitch that I think was a strike. Wouldn't swear to it though. That one looks low to me, and it is. I'm going to put Kathy out in right field for this one, and I don't think it's mattered at all so far, but that one is going to have a real hard time for the Devil Rays to make a play on it. Should not have sent Nancy to third, though. Getting too greedy and not reacting quickly enough on some of these. And that has a good chance of coming back to bite me as well with Jane Davis at the plate. Jane hits it hard, right at Wendy in center field. She does make the catch this time. So, let's see how this goes now. Wing has been struggling. 1 for 4 so far. Need him to get on base, and then Mark to do something to really feel decent about this one. But man, those base running mistakes have been rough for us. Wing does go to a full count here. I am 100% not swinging at this pitch, no matter where it, or sorry, not full count, 3-0. That one does catch the top of the strike zone, so I do have to be at least thinking about swinging here. That one was a strike, so I'm going to swing at it. And we're going to get there safely with a little bit of a weird dirt yards bounce that Lubo couldn't account for at shortstop. Swing picks up his second hit, and we got Mark McGuire up. Anything could happen. Needed that one from Mark, but he fouls it back behind the plate. Great pitch to hit. That one is going to be a strike, but yeah, right at the bottom of the strike zone. I just don't feel like I can make good contact on those, and we've somewhat seen from the results Visery and another user have discovered. Just missing high there from Kristen. 2 and 2 for Mark. Mark's going to go to a full count. So full count, 2 outs. We're sending the runners. Mark's going to get walked. So we're going to have Jessica up with bases loaded. She is 4 for 4 today. Has been making good line drive contact, so we're going to continue with that. Gets a nice pitch to hit, but fouls back. I'm not sure if I jumped too early. I think I did, but Jessica hits that ball well. Karen does not make the catch. Can Mark get to second? Just barely. All right. Do pick up a single with Jessica. We have Cindy Chang up next. I don't know where the best place to hit it with her is. I mean, a walk would be the actual best case. But Mark going to third is going to be the biggest problem, I think. Yeah. Smart play there to make the out at third. Nothing really wrong with Cindy's hit there. She would have reached if it was just her, I think. But such is life. Anybody really tired going into this last inning? Nope. All right. So we're going to have 12 runs on our side. Not great, but not terrible either. Should have had a few more, but could have had less if the Devil Rays defense had held up. So it's a bit of a back and forth. I gave them some runs back, I think. It's pretty soft grounder that Uma doesn't field perfectly, but fields in plenty of time to make the throw to first, at least, with tired Kurt, and generally slow Kurt. I thought Mark was just going to make that catch for us, but he does not. So a single from Liz does bring up Zoe Mallory with a runner on base. No power-up that the Devil Rays have, at the very least, but we do turn 2 there on a little pop-up from Mallory, so we get out of there with no real problem. And come away with a 12-1 victory on our side of this one, and we'll quickly get to see how that holds up to the Devil Rays human side performance. Some good performances here, no doubt about that. Jane was solid. Mark was not. Uma got us the big home run. Jessica actually came up pretty big on this one too. Was making good line drive contact. Picked up 5, team leading 5 RBIs. So would have liked to do more with my 25 base runners than only scoring 12 runs, but could have been worse as well. Alright, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll be back with the last couple games and see how our season ends up. Yeah, thanks for watching as always.